Alright, let's check out Conan the Barbarian Omnibus Volume 4. This is Conan the Barbarian, the old Marvel comics, as reprinted by Titan Comics. Titan's basically redoing the Marvel volumes. I think Marvel stopped at a certain point, but there are, I think, 10 volumes that comprise all of the Conan the Barbarian comics. This is cool because I've noticed that they include all the characters. Elric was in there, Red Sonja, Billet, all these characters. So here is the cover I got. This is the direct market cover for Volume 4. We'll see this cover eventually. Roy Thomas, John Buscema. Here you've got the spine. And here you've got the back. This is a dust jacket, of course. I love when they have all the different covers. Titan Comics, which holds the rights to Conan right now. They're doing a fantastic job, in my opinion. Here's the inside dust jacket. The final battle for Billet's throne. Here's some art here. We will take this dust jacket off. Here's what you get in the actual hardcover. And here are the creators, Roy Thomas, John Buscema. John Buscema, of course, taking over from Barry Windsor Smith. Alright, so this reprints Conan the Barbarian 84 to 115 and Annual 4 to 5 and What If 134. Great stuff. Alright, let's take a look inside what you get. Of course, you get yet another introduction by Roy Thomas. I think a lot of these are reprints from previous Roy Thomas intros. He talks a lot about Conan. It is interesting to read. A lot of history here about how he came up with certain things. He did a good job on writing Conan. Pretty cool stuff. Introducing Azula. I think this character comes back in the Titan version of Conan the Barbarian, the new series they have. Wonderful art. I loved the world of Robert E. Howard that they showed in these comics. They did a good job adapting Conan to comics back in the day. And of course, Conan was one of the most popular comics they had at Marvel for a time. And they have the Hyborian page. The Lighters pages are reprinted here as well. Conan the Barbarian Swords Against Stygia. They're riding giant eagles. Wonderful touched up art here. Of course, when they do these omnibuses, they beef up the colors and everything. Looks fantastic. Another Hyborian page. 86. Conan fighting a giant-like monster here, spawned in hell. So Conan and Zula team up here. 87. So this is Tony DeZanuga. Wonderful. Oh man, I love all this. I mean, like, it's dungeons and dungeon crawling and everything. The Beatles comic. They have some of the house ads from the time as well here. This is Ernie Chan and John Buscema. Here's issue 91. This is John Buscema and Ernie Chan again. Zula still with them. Stan Lee presents, because he presents everything in Marvel Comics. Here's the classic chain that Conan had with the two horns coming out here. Crumbs, devils. The thing in the crypt. This kind of reminds me of that scene in the movie. He removes the sword, and of course, the thing lives. And so how do you fight this thing? It's dead, right? It scratches Conan. But then Conan bathes it in fire. And there you go. Love it. You can't go into a cave or a temple or anything for shelter. There's always something in there. Here's Jaws 2. comic commercial, and Kiss. The second coming of Kiss. Here's another Jaws 2 commercial. It's Conan 94. They didn't have credits there, but I'm pretty sure it's still Buscema. John Buscema. Here he's fighting a dinosaur of some sort with a bunch of baboons here. Roy Thomas is still writing. Roy Thomas, John Buscema, and Ernie Chan. This is issue 96. Lots of great creatures and stuff here. Issue 98. Let's see which. Just still Roy Thomas, John Buscema, and Ernie Chan. Featuring characters and concepts from Robert E. Howard, of course. And they adapted what they could. So, Sea Woman, copyright 1970 by Glenn Lord. But they did as much Robert E. Howard stuff as they could. I don't know what the license was for back then. Devil Crabs, still Thomas, Buscema, Chan. Look at these guys. That's awesome. Issue 101. Conan alone again. Look at this giant spider. It has two eyes though. It's kind of weird. He kills it. Here's 102. Let's jump ahead a bit. Here's 104. Look at this guy. Still the same team. Jim Shooter was editing at that time. Thor House ad. Pretty cool. Yeah, I remember as a kid, I'd pick up like one issue of Conan and was so satisfied by one issue. There's so much questing and fighting and monsters and stuff. It's pretty neat. Same team, 108. Fights a giant grizzly bear here. 110. Same team. The art is getting a bit more sensible now, not as exaggerated with the lines and everything as we head into the 100s. I like too that they give you the cover art credits. So this one is John Buscema, and of course the inker is Al Milgrom. All too often, cover art gets shunned in terms of credits. You'd have to go to the fan wiki to see who did the covers. This is John Buscema again, Joe Rubinstein as the inker. Same team in the interiors. Let's jump ahead a bit more. I like these arrows that say, go here and go there. Look at this dog. It's like a god or something. Red Sonja is next. Red Sonja, of course, appeared a lot in these comics. Here's a checklist. Someone checked this off. I guess this is the way it was printed. I don't know, but like I remember checking these off. But it's curious that in this omnibus, Conan 114 is checked off. It's pretty funny. Sure. I don't think it was printed that way. Maybe I'm wrong. It was 115 because that was 114 that's in. So it was 115. The Toys R Us as part of the cover template is unfortunately just going to be there. To me, it's nostalgic. But yeah, that Toys R Us banner introducing some sort of sweepstakes adorned a lot of Marvel comics at the time. Same team. Here's Red Sonja with her chainmail bikini. I'm pretty sure this was a Marvel design. And Red Sonja turned up a lot in the Marvel comics and, of course, had her own series. And she's not really all that present in Robert E. Howard's stories. So whenever they do an adaptation, it's like you're free to do what you want because there's not a lot of Red Sonja out there. And then there's like different characters named Red Sonja. It's a whole thing. Here's one of many maps that they would print in these. Pretty neat stuff. The Mark of Minotaur. This is an annual. So same team. So you put the annuals in the back, I guess. I would think they would be in order. So yeah, these are always like longer stories, maybe some features here and there. Annual 5. Same team in the interiors. John Buscema and Sal Buscema cover. Look at this. Pretty cool. So Conan becomes a conqueror and a king, and then of course all this happens. I think the wife turns into this this monster here. This woman gets thrown to this beast. Conan fights it, of course. I like that they did depict that Conan would get startled or scared, but he's still brave enough to fight things. Like, he knows he has to do it. Okay, this is the what if. Conan the Barbarian walked the earth today. Yeah, so this is one of a couple what if stories that they printed at the time. Conan is very popular in Marvel Comics. Here's the bloated version of Uatu. Very cool. Who's the artist? It's oh, it's John Buscema and Ernie Chan, but this looks elevated. Like a lot more detail. So yeah, all the different adventures Conan's been on, and now he's in a city in the modern world, which is the 70s. So he's like, what the hell? Look at this guy. Yeah, oh, this woman hits Conan, so he throws her in the trash. Yeah, he's not good or bad, he's just trying to survive, right? He's being shot at by cops, befriends this woman, does his Conan thing, you know, living with this chick. And Conan, like, seeks adventure. There's, like, I think there's, like, looting or something, so Conan jumps in. Out, dogs, before I give you a taste of good, Hycurian steel. Dun dun dun. So he beats up a bunch of looters. This guy tries to take his sword, but Conan punches him in the face. This is great stuff. I love having all this on my shelf in nice, handsome, hardcover tomes. Pretty cool stuff, man. And Conan is a great comic character. So there you have it. Here's some of the back material where they feature, you know, house ads, original art, stuff like that. These Marvel Treasury editions. I have all these. I don't think I have all of the paperbacks. I have a lot of them. Ballad of Bullet. So this is probably stuff in material from magazines. Return of Amra. Roy's Ramblings. So this is all intros and writings from other magazines and stuff over the years, or other collected editions. Look at that, it's awesome. So yeah, this is volume 4 of Conan the Barbarian, the old Marvel comics, as printed by Titan. Pretty cool stuff. I'm going to try and get all of these omnibuses and go through them. I hope you like going through this with me. If you like what you saw, please give a like to this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Lots of great comic book stuff on here. So until next time, take care.